Hey, this is Jerry Fetta. Welcome back to another weekly wealth walk. I'm going to give you an update on my wealth building progress to show you I'm walking the walk, doing the things I teach, practicing, and actually implementing. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome back to another weekly wealth walk. This is Jerry Fetta, CEO of Philanthro Wealth. And I want to give you an update on my wealth building progress. Now, my purpose in doing these videos is because, there's a lot of influencers online. There's a lot of people who are giving, education and advice and ideas and this and that. And a lot of times they just have really interesting talking points because they've gone on Google or they've watched someone else's content and they're like, oh, that sounds interesting. I think I can, garner attention or make money by sharing that. And it's not actually something they use, right? Let's take infinite banking, for example. Do you know how many people promote this thing and don't actually use it? Right? They're not actually borrowing against policies and buying their vehicles and paying off their debts and investing for passive income. They're not doing any of this stuff. Right? So with these videos with Weekly Wealth Walk is to show you I actually do this. Here are my experiences. Here's what I'm working on. Okay. So quick update while I'm in New Mexico now. We've been here for about a month. Things are going very well. And as far as wealth building is concerned, whenever I do a big move, not literally like a physical move, even though this case it was that, but like a big change in my life that's going to involve my finances, right? Whenever something like that happens, I like to take a moment and let the dust settle. And that's kind of what I'm doing right now. So I'm not doing anything super aggressive. I'm not doing any big changes. I'm letting the move settle. Like there's, expenses that come up. There's new things I need to figure out. There's new stuff I have to put in place as far as organization and structure. So I like to take a little bit of time and do that. So that way I've got everything stable. Right. And what I like to show on this is I'm going to whiteboard this out. There's a certain amount of randomness that I like to have in my life. I think it's acceptable. So if we have here like a scale of randomness at the very top, we would have like completely random. Like everything is very, all over the place. Change this, change that. Right. And at the very bottom, we would have like no randomness, no change, no variability at all. Right. I don't like being at the very top because I constantly will feel like, okay, I'm always changing something. I'm losing progress. Nothing can actually, be left alone long enough to progress because it's like change, 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 change. Hey, what's up? Jerry here. I just wanted to give you another reminder. Grab my book, Blueprint to Financial Freedom. It's going to be one of the best books you have ever read on finance. I can promise you that. You're going to love it. It's also a free offer. So if you go to jerryfetta.com/B2F promo, you can get that now. Right? So I don't love that. I don't want so many things being changed and all this randomness at once where it's like nothing has stability, nothing has sanity, nothing's going to be remaining the same. Okay, the other side of this is no change. Okay, I also don't like that. I don't want to live in the same house forever, talk to the same people every day for the rest of my life, eat at the same restaurants for the rest of my life, do the same stuff every day for the rest of my life with zero change. Okay, so what I will do is when I have, if let's say I'm in the middle, where I've got like an acceptable amount of randomness, right? Enough to keep it interesting, but I can still manage it, particularly with finances. So I wouldn't be like, let me go invest in 10 new things at once, or let me start a tax plan, an estate plan, and a business all at the same time. There's too many changes and things I've got to pay attention to. So I'm like, what am I going to be able to do a good job with? And based on that, I'll go, okay, great. So these are the things I'm okay with. And so I'm going to live in this zone. And there's seasons where I'm like, I'm trying to go to another level, or I'm trying to, change the status quo of my life right now, where I will come up to this level temporarily. And I change a bunch of things really fast, right? Then I'll drop down for a period of time. Not going to change anything because I took all of the change I was going to do here that was maybe more spread out and I compressed it and I did it all right here. See what I mean? So it's like instead of this steady change that, leave it, change that, leave it. It's like change everything, which was like maybe 6 months worth of what I would have done on my normal. And so because of that, I then drop for a period into no changes. Okay, that allows me to kind of synthesize everything that's happened, reorganize stuff, get everything stable, buy some time. Then I jump back up into my normal zone for a while. Right? Let me wear the boots now. Let me drive the car. Let me see how it feels. Let me, get that into my routine again. And I think this is really important because, what I've seen with wealth building in particular is, there's people that will either change nothing because they're like, well, this is how I've always done it. And this is what my financial advisor said to do, or this is what this person said to do. And so they're never going to change anything. And because of that, they never experience anything special in life. Right? Like think about it. And it's kind of funny, but it's like, okay, I have to go to work so that I can, get some money so that I can go to the store and I can get groceries, so I can eat, so that I can go to work, so that I can get money, so that I can go to the store, so that I can get groceries, so that I can eat, so that I can go to work. Right. And that's, unfortunately, that's life for most people. Right. How boring did that just sound? That's like most people's existence. Right. So if it's like, I don't want that. If it's like, I want some adventure. I want to make some money. Yeah, I got to eat and stuff, but I also want to travel, or I want to experience new things, or I want to, help someone in a major way, or whatever it might be. That is a new level of change you're going to have to insert. Right. And if you still want to make long range financial progress, you have to up your level of activity and your level of production. And that's that really high, super random band you see here. Okay. And that's just how it goes. So for me, my update right now is I did a bunch of the change, right? The move and everything with it. And so now I'm down here. I'm chilling for a little bit, letting things kind of filter out, fall in place, get stable. And then I'm going to jump back into my normal routines with the new changes. Next, I don't want to interrupt you too long. I just want to give you a free offer for my book, The Blueprint to Financial Freedom. If you go to jerryfetta.com/B2F promo, you can get the book now. I'm going to let you get back to the video. Right. And probably 6 months will go by and I'm going to change something else in a major way. And, I'm going to do the same thing. And that's how I tend to do it. But the basis of this is that I still run all of it through my sacred accounts. I still keep my financial allocations going. All the things I teach about and talk about, I'm still doing them. Right. And even when there's bad changes, you might have something come up that's a change that you weren't expecting. Right. And it's not a good thing. It's a negative. Same thing, you can either be the victim, oh, this is happening to me, and what do I do, and this and that, or you can be like, okay, cool. So this is a bunch of change, and it's going to be compressed, and it's not what I would have picked, but it's there, so I'm going to deal with it, and I'm going to come up into this really random band and handle it in a very compressed amount of time, be done with it, and then drop down, chill, let things settle, and then get back into my normal mode of operations. And the way that you can really win with this is keeping your financial structures in. If because an unexpected change happens, I do things like I abandon my banking system, right? Oh, this broke and my income changed. I can't afford it. Let me cancel probably the most important thing in my financial life. Something that in 40 years, I'm going to hate myself for doing. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Let's change that also. Okay. So that's the flip side is when I'm doing a lot of change, I'm not going to change things that are working. Right? So like if I move, it's because the place I moved from wasn't working for me. If I start a new business, it's because the business I was in wasn't working for me. If I get into a new type of investment, it's because the investment I was in wasn't working for me. Right? But I don't change things for the sake of change. So if my sacred account works, I don't change that. If the way that I allocate my income and pay myself first works, I don't change that. If my personal development and training is working, I don't change that, right? Those are basics that I keep in regardless of where I'm at in this zone. So that's my weekly wealth walk this week. I hope that that gives you some insight on creating change, dealing with change, positive or negative. And it also gives you some insight on my progress and where I'm at right now. So nothing big to report, but I'll keep you posted and I'll see you next time. Hey, this is Jerry Fetta here. I want to thank you for watching my video, watching my content. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to learn more about the Blueprint to Financial Freedom and how you can achieve passive income that exceeds your savings, your expenses, your taxes, your generosity, and build wealth like the top 1%, I want to encourage you, grab a copy of my book, The Blueprint to Financial Freedom. You can go to jerryfetta.com/B2F promo, or you can click the link in the description of the video here. The copy is free. You cover your shipping. We'll send the book out to you, and we'll send you an email with a bunch of great bonus material also for free. Get the book, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on my next content.